Hello everyone, this is Marcelo with PNCC, and today we teach you how to calibrate the image shifts and perform the AutoFunctions. Two conditions must be met before starting to calibrate the image shifts. First, make sure you are at the Eucentric height, and second, find a unique feature that is easily recognizable at all four preset magnifications. We are already at the Eucentric height, so let's locate a feature using the Atlas preset, which is the lowest magnification used in a regular EPU session. Here, click Preview. Next, we need to find a feature that is unique and not too large, as it must be visible both at Atlas preset and at the Data Acquisition preset. This feature seems ideal as we have an empty hole with some transfer contamination right at the edge, which provides a very sharp reference point from the lowest to the highest magnification. Now that we've selected our feature, let's capture images using all the presets needed for image shift calibration to ensure everything looks good before we begin calibrating the image shifts. Let's start by taking an image with the grid square preset. Great. This is the feature we were looking for. Now, right-click and select Move Stage here. The stage will now navigate to that position. Next, using the Eucentric Height preset, let's take another image. That's looking good. Our feature is right where it should be. Now, let's take one image using the Data Acquisition preset. The goal here is to center the feature in the center of the screen. So, right-click, then select Move Stage here and Acquire. Much better. That's good enough. Now we can proceed to calibrate the image shifts. Since we already performed the autocentric, we don't need to repeat this step here. So simply click Acquire, and EPU will remind you that this calibration is magnification dependent. Therefore, you should only calibrate the image shifts once you have decided what presets you will use in your data collection. Click Resume, and EPU will display 4 images showing the acquired images at different presets, ordered from the lowest to the highest magnification, in this case, Atlas, Grid Square, Holocentric, and Data Acquisition. Now that the 4 images are collected, we need to accurately center the recognizable feature in each preset. To do this, double-click on the feature to place a blue crosshair on it. You can zoom in for higher accuracy. Also, the blue crosshair can be repositioned as many times as needed. Once the feature is properly centered in all images, the shifts between the 4 presets is determined by EPU. Click Store to save your calibration. Once stored, your calibration is complete. Yet, it's always a good idea to verify the calibration, especially if a significant shift was observed between presets. To redo the calibration, simply click Acquire. Keep in mind that the stage is not perfectly accurate, which means that a very small offset may still exist at the highest magnification, but that's still acceptable. And again, recenter the feature in each preset. In the end, click Store. Go to Acquisition and Optics Settings, select Holocentric preset and take another image. Before we'll be moving on to the AutoFunctions, we need to move the stage over carbon, as the AutoFunctions require tone rings to guide them through the tasks. In the AutoFunctions tab, you'll find a group of tasks that can be executed in any sequence or skipped entirely, as these are not mandatory for data collection. However, it's recommended to run a few tasks to ensure the microscope is in optimal condition. Let's begin with Autostigmate. Select Autostigmate and click Start. EPU will automatically select the tone ring preset, but you are free to choose any preset you prefer. I'll show you this in just a moment. The Autostigmate function uses images to feed the tone rings and then adjusts the objective lens accordingly. Okay, the Autostigmate has finished. Now let's proceed to Coma. Here you can choose a different preset if you wish. Once you're happy with your preset, click Start. The Coma-free alignment is crucial because any beam shift or tilt can result in different astigmatism values across the image, reducing the achievable reconstruction resolution. Alright, the Auto-Coma process is complete. The next task is the Auto Zero Loss. The preset will automatically change to zero loss. Click Start. Once the ZOP is adjusted, some of the microscope's aberrations will be corrected or minimized, making it ready for data collection. And that's it. Thank you for watching our video. If you found it informative, please like and subscribe. Also, feel free to comment below with any requests for videos and any questions you have, and we'll be happy to answer them. See you next time.